Hello kids, I'm Priyanka. I'm back and my new chapter of Women's Role and National Movement. Take the correct alternative. Sisters, thank you all. Thank you with all my heart for the warm welcome you have given me this evening. Your enthusiastic your enthusiastic participation in the mammoth meeting, the pursuit you have presented me today, the purse you have not presented me today. Option number 8, the warm welcome you have given me this evening. Okay, name the founder of Azad Hind Fauj. महात्मा गांधी, सुभाष चंद्र बोस या मंगल पांडे या बाल गंगाधर तिलक. ऑप्शन नंबर बी, सुभाष चंद्र बोस. ठीक है. The Indian woman never lagged behind in going from village to village, in addressing meeting after meeting, in carrying the message of freedom from house to house, in carrying the message uh, of poverty. ऑप्शन से हमारे ए बी सी. आंसर है हमारा ए बी सी. Answer in 30 to 40 words. How long have the Indian women been taking part in public life? Indian women was being taking part in public life for the past 20 years. From time of Indian regenerations, Indian women have performed great deeds. Where did the woman participant perform great deed? Woman participant perform great deed in Congress movement. किसमें? Congress movement में. और civil disobedience struggle और secret revolutionary movement में. How did the merciless British police tortured women during national movement? The merciless British police tortured the women by making लाठी charge on their possession. कैसे? उन पे लाठी charge करके. They also tortured and insulted them in prison. What did Meredith Conrad say on the British Empire referring to India? Referring to India, Meredith Conrad said that once the Indian became united, the British would not be able to rule over them. He said that British Empire, which came into being in a day, would die in a night. What will happen if we get freedom without sacrifice and suffering? If we get freedom without sacrifice and suffering, it will be no avail. We will not be able to preserve the freedom which is gained so easily. So we shall get out freedom, get our freedom only through our suffering. Why did Boss give a call to every Indian to come forward to receive the guns? Bose wanted to see India free, so he gave a call to every Indian to come forward to receive the guns to carry the struggle started by Indian women. What is common task in struggle of India? To fight against the British is the struggle of freedom in the common task of every Indian, without any distinction of man or woman, boy or girl, rich or poor, woman or old, young or old. Answer in 60 to 80 words. How did women play their roles during Indian national movement? During the Indian national movement, women went village to village without caring for their hunger and thirst. They addressed meeting after meeting. They carried the message of freedom from house to house. They took out processions in spite of government ban in faces of lathi charge by merciless British police. They also took an active part in secret revolutionary activities. What are the views of Subhash Chandra Bose regarding the exist of British imperialism for India? Subhash Chandra Bose says that time has now come for the exit of British imperialism from the world. He also says that we have seen with our own eyes the destruction of British Empire in this part of the world, and we are also going to witness this disappearance from India and other part of the world. Bose thinks that imperialism is not immortal and its end is near. Why does Subhash Chandra Bose says that liberalism of India depend on victory of Axis power? Subhash Chandra Bose says that India can gain her freedom only in the Anglo-American imperialism is vanquished. According to Bose, the liberation of India is dependent on the victory of Axis power. Because India and Axis power are facing a common enemy, so we have a common goal. We have to fight against the common foe, state whether it's true or false. There is no risk, there is no task which our women cannot undertake, and no sacrifice, suffering which our women cannot undergo. In firm belief of Subhash, it's true. History has taught us that that every empire will fall in same way as it has arisen. True. Bose says that empire which came into being in a day will die in a night. It's true. Bose says that women have special skill in some specific field. True. Bose wishes that all our activities for our liberation of our motherland end in victory. True. Match the columns. Thrilled, to feel happy, very excited or happy. Participation, to act of participation. Humiliation, to make one feel very ashamed. Mammoth, something that is very large. Motherland, the country where one is born. Revolutionary, relating to the great and complete change. Confidence, the feeling of being one in certain or true. To defeat, vanquish, to defeat completely. Cajole, to pursue to someone, to do something. Destruction, the process of damaging. Give one word answer. To an organized military force equipped for fighting on land is army. A person who lead or commands a group of organization is leader. The fact or state of being independent is independence. Our one navy country is motherland. Used to greet someone in polite or friendly way is welcome. A native or inhabitant of India is Indian. Now, next is short answers. What moved Bose and his friend? In spite of rain, women stuck to their seats till the end of a Mammoth meeting held opposite the Toku Bentushi building. This moved Bose and his friend. What confidence does Bose express about Indian women? Bose expresses confidence that Indian women are today prepared to fight and suffer for the sake of their motherland. What according to Bose has taught us? According to Bose, history had taught us that no empire is mortal and that every empire will fall in the same way it has risen. How much time did it take to drive out British out of stronghold of Singapore? It took just 7 days to drive out British of stronghold of Singapore. When did Rani of Jhansi perform great deed? Rani of Jhansi performed great deed during the First War of Independence in 1857, which work, according to Bose, should be started immediately. What does Bose request women in the end? According to Bose, the present preparation for the struggle by Jhansi Rani regiment should be started immediately. Bose requests women that all those who want to join Jhansi Rani regiment should come forward and give their names. Long answers. What changes can be noticed clearly since 1921? Participation of women in public life and national movement can be clearly seen in 1921. It was a time when the Congress was regenerated under Mahatma Gandhi leadership, and during 20 years since then, Indian women rendered service in national movement. They performed great deed in Congress movement, the civil disobedience struggle, and the secret revolutionary movement. Why does Bose say that Indian women are prepared to fight and suffer sake of our motherland? Bose says that Indian women are prepared to fight and suffer for the sake of the motherland because he knows the capabilities of Indian womanhood well. He does not mean to cajole them with empty words. He says with certainty that there is no task which Indian women cannot undertake and no sacrifice and suffering which they cannot undergo. Why does Bose say that the time for launching the final campaign to liberate our motherland has come now? Bose says that only very rarely such opportunities occur in national lives. Surely such an opportunity will not come again in our lifetime, nor even in the next 100 of years. Only by God's grace we have got such an opportunity. If we seize it, sacrifice our all, we can surely liberate our country. So Bose says that the time for launching final campaign to liberate our motherland has come now. Passage 1. Sisters, I thank you with all my heart for warm welcome you have given me this evening. Question number 1. What moved the author and his friend? In spite of the rain, the women stuck to their seats till the end of the meeting. This moved the author and his friend. What thrilled all of them? The woman bravery and enthusiasm thrilled all of them. What have Indian women been doing from the time of regeneration, regeneration of Congress? The woman bravery. For the time of regeneration of Congress since 1921, Indian women have been vigorously taking part in public life. Under whose leadership was the Congress regenerated? The Congress was regenerated in 1921 under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. Which movement did Indian women perform great deeds? Indian women performed great deeds not only in Congress movement and civil disobedience struggle, but also in secret revolutionary movement. Where was Mammoth meeting held? The Mammoth meeting was held opposite of Toku Petushi building. What did the woman do in spite of rain? In spite of rain, the woman stuck to the seat till the end of the meeting. In which thing does the author has no doubt? The author has no doubt about the success and rapid growth of women mission. Find the word opposite to small. Small का opposite क्या है? Mammoth. And cowardice इसका opposite है bravery. Next is singular form of women and activities. Women का singular form होता है woman, WAMOMAN, ठीक है. और दूसरा है activities का activity, ACTIVITY, activity. Now next, passage 2. I have mentioned in my broadcast that it took 7 days to drive them out to stronghold of Singapore, which they built in the course of 20 years. In which time, according to author, has now come? According to author, the time to begin our efforts for our salvation has come now. How much time did the British take in building the stronghold of Singapore? The British took 20 years. कितने time समय? 20 years. On which timing is the liberation of India dependent? The liberation of India is dependent on victory of Axis power. Who along with India are facing a common enemy? The Axis power along with India are facing a common enemy. What should we be prepared for? We should be prepared to make any sacrifice for our freedom. When will our freedom be of no avail? If we get our freedom without sacrifice and suffering, it will be of no avail. Whose defeat to the author and all other wishes? The author and all other wishes this war to end defeat of Anglo-American imperialism. How can we get adequate support of our motherland? We can give our adequate support to our motherland by our total mobilization. Write the noun form of the following. Preserve, इसका noun है preservation. Mathematically, इसका है mathematics. Find the word from the passage. Defeated, vanquished, liberation, that is freedom. Passage 3. To those who say that it will not be proper for our women to carry guns, my only request is that they look into the pages of our history. Whom does the author request to look into the pages of our history? The author requests those who says that it will not be proper for a woman to carry guns to look into the pages of our history. Number 2. Who performed the great deed during the First World War? Our last war of independence. Rani of Jhansi performed great deed during the First War of Independence in 1857. Okay, who are required in our last war of independence? Brave women like Rani of Jhansi are required in the last war of independence. Number 4. What does the author say in certainty? The author says with certainty that the time has come for every Indian man and woman, boy and girl to come forward and make great sacrifice for liberating India. Which thing does not matter? क्या matter नहीं करता है? It does not matter much how many guns women can carry or how many cartridges they can fire. How will the spiritual force be generated? The spiritual force will be generated by women's heroic example. When will people come forward to receive the guns from women? On seeing the woman march with guns on the shoulders, people will come forward to receive the guns from them. Whom will the woman energetic activities inspire? Women energetic activities will inspire our countrymen living in Malaya, East Asia, and Seonan, and those living within the country. Find the word from the passage opposite to most and most का है least और coward का है brave. Find from the passage the word which means having a lot of energy. इसका मतलब है energetic, and courageous, it means heroic. Thank you.